Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everyday Hope and Simply Grace. Breathe in hope, walk in grace. You know, today in this explainer, we're diving into a topic that honestly touches every single one of us, whether we like it or not. We're talking about the reality of riding life's roller coaster. You know exactly what I mean, right? It's like you have those seasons where everything just feels perfectly on track, and then, boom, you hit those stomach-dropping moments where the bottom just falls out. We see it in our relationships, our personal lives, and we definitely see it in our bank accounts and the broader economy. But hey, what if I told you the secret to surviving and even thriving during these wild drops isn't found in gripping the safety bar tighter? It's actually in understanding how to handle the ride itself. So let's break this down together.
All right, let's kick this off with a little analogy. Picture this. You're at an amusement park. You've got rides for literally everyone. There's that little kiddie train that just goes choo-choo on a completely flat, perfectly predictable track. I mean, a 3-month-old could ride it safely. But then across the park, you've got this massive, towering roller coaster. Now ask yourself, why don't we let little kids on the coaster? Is it because the mortality rate is somehow higher than the kiddie train? Assuming the park has decent safety standards, absolutely not. They have the exact same safety record. See, the real danger of the roller coaster isn't the machine itself. The danger is that when a little kid hits those massive, sudden drops, they completely panic. They get utterly terrified. And in that sheer panic, they might do something completely irrational, like try to jump out midway. And honestly, as adults facing a shaky economy, we kind of do the exact same thing.
And man, that perfectly brings us to our word of the day, volatility. Basically, volatility is just rapid, unpredictable changes. It's those intense ups and downs. Life is just fundamentally filled with it. The economy? Absolutely filled with it. Just think about it. Your investment portfolio doesn't just go up in a perfectly straight, beautiful line forever, right? What goes up must come down, and then eventually it goes back up again. Even the great heroes of faith back in ancient times experienced this exact thing. They faced these devastating famines, which, if you think about it, was basically their version of a massive economic downturn. The absolutely crucial point here is that the danger isn't the volatility itself. The volatility is literally just the track we're on. The true danger lies entirely in the choices and the decisions you and I make while we are right in the middle of that volatility.
Now notice our default human reaction when panic hits. When things get tough, what's the very first thing we do? We look around at what everyone else is doing, and we literally just hit copy and paste, Control-C, Control-V. During one of those massive ancient famines, historical texts tell us about a leader who saw everyone packing up and fleeing to a neighboring country just because that was the popular, panic-driven thing to do. But God told him directly, do not go down, stay right where you are. And you know what? That leader didn't just copy his friends. He refused to mirror the panic all around him. It is so tempting to just blindly follow the crowd without engaging your brain, and more importantly, without engaging in prayer. If you're feeling like you just aren't hearing any guidance during turbulent times, try this. Instead of talking for a full 5 minutes during your prayer time, talk for maybe 1 minute and spend the other 4 simply listening. Don't just copy and paste other people's panic. Pause, listen, and seek true direction.
Okay, imagine your monthly income as a pie. The second that paycheck hits, we immediately start slicing it up based on what we think we need the most, right? First slice, boom, rent or mortgage. Next slice, transportation. Gotta fund that Uber habit. Next, the kids' school fees. Oh wait, a fresh pair of shoes just dropped. Slice. Oh, and we absolutely need our streaming services to wind down in the evenings. Slice. Roof has a leak. Slice. We're stressed and need a vacation to decompress. Slice. And after all of that, what are we actually left with? Usually just a tiny, microscopic sliver of crumbs at the very end. And we hold up those leftovers and basically say, here you go, God, here's what's left for my faith. When the economy gets volatile, sometimes we don't even give the crumbs. We just shove them back in our pocket and say, yeah, let's wait and see. But guys, our financial priorities vividly show what truly holds the center of our lives.
So the crucial thing here is really understanding how true blessing works. There's this beautiful promise of a 100-fold return when we trust and just stay planted exactly where we're supposed to be. Just like that ancient leader during the famine we talked about. He stayed, he planted, and he reaped 100-fold in the exact same year that everyone else ran away. But we gotta face a very basic, unavoidable math lesson here. 0 multiplied by 100 is still 0. Whether you're looking for a 30-fold, a 60-fold, or a 100-fold blessing, if you bring absolutely 0 to the table, there is literally nothing to multiply. You've got to give God something to work with. If we withhold everything because we're scared and panicking, we are leaving absolutely 0 room for that miraculous multiplication to actually happen in our lives.
And that brings us to a really profound, honestly life-changing distinction: bread versus seed. Ancient wisdom tells us that we are provided with 2 completely distinct things: bread for food and seed for sowing. Bread is the provision meant for today. It meets your daily needs, and man, we should be incredibly grateful for it. But seed? Seed is not meant to be eaten. Seed literally holds the DNA of future multiplication. The real tragedy is that so many of us treat our entire income, really our entire lives, as just bread. We consume absolutely 100% of it. Think about it. Two people can make the exact same salary. One consumes every single penny and thanks God for the daily bread. The other consumes what they need, but intentionally separates a portion as seed to plant for the future. That second person, they're the one who will eventually step into a life of incredible multiplied abundance. If you eat your seed, you completely forfeit your harvest.
So, you're probably wondering, where exactly should we be planting these seeds, especially when things feel so incredibly volatile? Well, there are 3 distinct areas we really need to focus on consistently. Number 1, God's kingdom. This means radical generosity, prioritizing your faith and helping those in need around you without expecting a single thing in return. Number 2, personal finances. Don't let fear completely pull you out of the market. Be consistent. Don't be driven by panic or greed, but just continuously invest and manage your resources with actual wisdom. And number 3, personal growth. Invest in yourself. Buy that book. Sign up for that class. Upgrade your mindset. Like the old saying goes, live to old age, learn to old age. Every single time you learn something new, you're basically planting a seed in your own mind that is going to compound over time.
All right, and that brings us to our Life Plus moment.
We've covered some incredible ground today about not panicking, understanding bread versus seed, and intentionally planting for the future. Now it is time to bring it all together and make it deeply personal for you. Here is your practical challenge for today. Just move the decimal point. Seriously, it really is that simple. Before you start slicing up that monthly pie for rent, subscriptions, and vacations, move the decimal point over on your income and separate that first 10%. Treat it as holy seed, not as daily bread. When you prioritize planting this seed first, you're making a bold declaration that fear and volatility do not dictate your decisions. Faith does. It's an invitation to test the waters, to see if the windows of heaven won't open up and pour out a blessing so great you won't even have enough room for it. It's not about trying to buy favor, it's about shifting your trust away from a crazy, volatile world and placing it firmly on unshakable ground. Start planting today and just watch what happens to your harvest tomorrow. Everyday hope and simply grace. See you next time.